Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. It's me, Believe, Strange Encounters. Enchantress, it's me, the Babbler, on this revolutionary rise. I may have skipped a line at this time. It's like 443, guys. So I decided to start video number 3, reminding all of you that if you're tuning into right now, know that there's 2 other videos prior to this one that as a neurotic, angelic being. I'm neurotic about some things, not all things, but you know, I can be a stickler about certain things. And going in numerical order is something that you should do for your own understanding, for your the understanding, for your overstanding. It's for you, you know. So that's my advisement to you, but you are free to do whatever the fuck you want to do. But if you're tuning in now and you have not seen video number 2 or video number 1, welcome. Stop this video and please go to video number 1, then video number 2, and then video number 3. But you're free to do whatever it is that you want to do, okay? So, either way, I'm continuing from that kind of a line from where we left off from video number 2 at that time. I decided to hit record and grabbed my new Alice in Wonderland duck that I'm absolutely in love with because I have used it since the day I got it. The day I got it, I have booked readings that day. And so I used it in my readings. And I have even up to yesterday in my yesterday readings. Oh no, it was today. Yesterday was, I have no concept of time. Either way. But they resonated in every kind of way. And I was in a channeling kind of state that even after all of that, my daughter came in and she's like, Mom, give me a reading. Because she knew. Because I was in that state of woohoo. And these cards are just so like good too. So I'm going to use them here. And it's just, you know, it's just the question or the fitting or the rising that is occurring here, because I know I go scattered all over, and if you can compile these 1, 2, 3 videos together, there's a lot of alignment in there for you to put together for you, in whichever way it's going to be for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, I'm not responsible for your recovery, uncovering, recovery, like, you know, or health, wealth, self. We're each responsible for our own. Although, you know, everything we do contributes to the whole. I'm thirsty. I knew I should have gotten something to drink. I've been just babbling for hours. All day, because I had readings all day, and then I had work, you know, and then my daughter. And so, up until, like, when I started hitting record for tonight, I was still babbling. Like, well, you're not babbling, but just talking. And so, like, I'm, like, parched. But, I'm trying to gather up some salivas. Alrighty. I'm still not like all that tech savvy. I just upload. I don't edit anything, and it is what it is. My daughter's supposed to be editing some stuff for me, but I get impatient with my videos and I just upload them as they come because they take forever anyways. So to wait on an edit and then to upload, I'm working on that leveling of patience in my own being to not just want to upload everything. Anyways. See, I found some saliva. Maybe it could give me the hiccups. You see, it was like alcohol. Alright, so this is in continuation of 1, 2, and now this is 3, and whatever messages, we're going to go deep. Because we always go deep with these kind of things. I like that mind, body, heart, and soul infusion of just evolution, revolution that is going to be for you. In each of us, there is something here that brings you here that you need to hear, receive, or whatever, in every which way, and receiving it. So congratulations on every kind of way. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you stop by again. Reciprocity, my friends. You know, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know, keeping up with the immense effort in advance. Yeah, keeping up. Card number 4 is just showing up, growing up. Right? My daughter got this card too. Wanting to grow and experience. Rejection of perpetual use. You know, that's another thing that I guess is bringing it up for me too. To just bring up the conditioned root in you to fear rejection. You weren't born. You didn't come out of your mother's vagina. Or wherever you came out from. Whatever tube, test tube, whatever. You know, whatever your belief system is. I don't care. Right? It's for you. If it brings you there, congratulations. Right? We each have our own discoveries. And I'm not here to tell you belief. Like, you know, just take what resonates, let go what does not. Do not judge me and do not condemn me either. But anyways, you condemn yourself. And I'm not going to even argue or do any of that kind of that. I might just block you. And I'm usually the last to ever do stuff like that because I usually accept people as they are and just don't. I can't tolerate a lot of things. Like, you know, that's why lone wolf and me. Like, you know, I just rather... If you take me away from my peace, I'd rather be with just me. I'm good company. You know what I mean? So, like, the moment anybody takes me away from my peace, I'm just like... I'd be having a blast by myself. Okay. But then there's that one, right? That just ruffles your feather for fun, and you're just like, life on the run. Flames encounters. So many people are interested in those kind of things. Soulmate kind of journeys, twin flame, and all those kind of things. But honey, the melding, the infusing of that kind of thing, either way, you know, you can have whatever it is that you want. But healthy requires a lot of effort on your part. And toxic, you should never be in any kind of relationship because it's not fair to the other person to put them through anything that is not healed in you and you make them suffer too. Boo-hoo to you. That is a karma load for you. Trust that to be true. Okay? Alright, so, but that's not what this is about. So, anyways, maybe it is. Okay? There's a lot of shit going on right now. And a lot of things are coming to the surface. And the more that you resist, the more it shall persist, where it will be some kind of level of extreme challenge and emotional intensity that will have you feeling much more overwhelmed, you see, if you just go into a hangman state and just surrender, you see, to the new that's emerging in you, that is up to you to unleash, release, and receive. All must have prizes, trying to please everyone. That's conditioning. If you're not really hip and conscious to the things that you do when you do and why you do, and you're not really like completely aware of the things that you do and you project out there and that you energize with absolute care, come on, let's be mindful here. Let's be really real at the end of the day. Like all the things that we intentionally do, purposely do, and hold ourselves accountable to, and being awakened in that kind of state. I know that more are awakening in that kind of massive kind of way. But there is still a lot of new things out there in this world that are just not seen. Or they're like halfly awakening. And like I said, the hybrids in that kind of way where it's just like, ooh, they try to play universal lands, like when I talked about the major arcana cards, like they are in command of their own stance, but they don't need your validation, man, for they just are. So judgment comes in, and judgment has its part to play, that will play in every kind of judgment, justice kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So where you fall under that paradigm of that, well, that's reflective of you. You know what I'm saying too? So like, you know, you have even the hybrids that are hatching or seeing and revealing and unveiling and learning and going deep, and it's overwhelming you too. You see they probably have heavy water in their chart that they have been taught to not address, to suppress, to not express. Because to cry would be to be weak in some sight, or to whine would be seen as girly. You know what I mean? I'm going with, you know, certain kind of examples you see, but each of us is individually has a different stream of line of events. But either way, when you get to the root of it of what is being expressed, I'm just giving examples because that's what I can do best off of that kind of life experience. Don't hold me for my examples that I'm giving, just to display and convey a message in some kind of way that has a higher octave, in some kind of way. Like, listen to the resonance, stop listening to what it is that I have to say. Like, you know, never mind the messenger. Like, take in what is for you. Like, that's it. Two, move on. Two, from that point, that plateau, that platform. Like, this is general and this is a collective. This is for many. Private one-on-ones and all that kind of stuff, you know, for fun, or like when you interact with someone, you know, just them and that, then that's something different. So either way, I guess I had to like say that kind of thing, because people can get impatient and like, just get to the point. No, I speak how I speak. I babble all I want. And if you want to get to the part of the end of the story that tells you the answer, this is why you're in the position that you're in. Because all the details and all the discipline and the acts and the practicalities and the parts that you have to put in and play in that effort that you keep on procrastinating and just like saving for another day, yeah, that's the energy that we have up for transmutate. Okay? So many times, many people live in their lives living for other people. Even when they think they let go of people. Remember, sheeple, right? People, Wudanes. Once you come out your mother's vagina, you're spoon-fed every belief system that you think you know up to date that you take in as yours. Whether you follow and all that kind of bullshit and acknowledge or whatever, that's, again, individualized. But everything that you have been shown up into this point in life has been spoon-fed to you since you came out that vagina. You've had no choice but to accept what was given to you to eat. The majority stays asleep and operates off of these precious gifts that they think that they get to keep. Oh, my mommy gave this to me. My daddy gave this to me. My grandma gave this to me. It's mine. Mine, mine. I want more. More, more. Foolish. That's a disguise. Has no one taught you about the lessons in life? Or just the things in life? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, and then the hardships. Because, you know, we have these experiences that have to go off of this construct system, and many struggle to keep up. Or to go off of a system that doesn't comply to their essence, being, chi, the breath of life that is breathing. Take me last breath, right? I'm not joking, and I'm not like making fun of any kind of thing of or having any level kind of insensitivity towards people that struggle with suicide and all those kind of things. I'll save that for another page or for another being, because that is not where I'm taking it. Things. I use humor as one of my keeps, and if you cannot deal with my humor, then I ask that you respectively just hop off. Okay? Because humor is one of my grandest tools that keeps me in absolute alignment for my own ultimate refinement. What you need to discover is your own alchemy. And what that is going to be for you, you see. Dramatic is me, as ever. So, all must have prizes, trying to please everyone. People pleasing. Feeling like, you know, you need someone's validation, attention, someone's things, someone's support. So, because this is what you seek or you receive or that you have, you feel in some kind of, like, it's like debt. But it's energetic goop. Makes you want to poop. You get tummy aches too. You're like, I'm gonna go poop. Trying to please everyone, sure. You become a big poop. It's energetic manipulation at its most invisible finest, because it's conditioning, bullying you, and you don't even see it, because who would question something that is the only thing they ever known to be? And that goes with the perceptions and the realities of what is important in life and how you go about in getting those kind of things. You know what I mean? The compromising of one's own integrity or moral stomping ground or standards or places of mask-like sensations that get to cover up every single part of ourselves that we disassociate from and become that's different than the core that we forget forevermore the more that we keep masking some more. You get it? Because if you start it, you ripple effect it unless you introspect it to transmute it in some kind of way. And most Mudains have yet to identify. So how, if you haven't even identified, or even if you have identified, you haven't done any kind of like practice, initiation, ritual, therapy too, that was beneficial for you, that has caused you to now evolve from that state, that caused you to go that kind of way, that now you elevate in some kind of way. And so going back to that, like even just like the old videos, and I was talking about the Ouroboros and the serpent eating its own tail and how everything's gonna come back full throttle, full force. The serpent biting its own tail. Like, fuck. For those that chose to think that they can skip this process of like Saturn coming in your house and saying, yeah, who's there? Correction. Correction officer who? We're gonna correct your life right now too if you allow us to. Close the door to you. I'm still gonna do what I wanna do. Spirit said, okay. If that's what you wanna do and say, to each their own. Okay. We did our job anyways, because judgment, justice comes. If it's there, it's to rectify. That's the energy of care that it gives out there, right? So regardless of your position, regardless of how you see it, regardless of how you perceive, when it leaves or when it comes and it does its job, whether you see it or not. And for some, that might not be fun. Right. So, all must have prizes, trying to please everyone. Who told you that just because someone gifts to you, or nourishes you, or raises you, that means that they have ownership of you, or that they can remotely tell you how to operate your vessel, your being, just because of their role in your life? Sounds like a toxic kind of life, or wife, or husband, or mother, or brother, or system, of a government, of a something, of a here, suck this. Right. But feed the lie. I have to. Do you? That's how they make you feel. Because that's how they perceive, receive, and achieve their things. I don't know. I can't hear these things. You're overwhelming me. I know what it feels like when the truth speaks. It stings, especially when you try to resist its heat, only awakening you further deep so that you don't have to deal with this nonsense anymore, or repeat the same freaking cycle that you keep on, to be able to identify, to allow you to have this opportunity divine to rectify and align with yourself this time. So what happened during this time last year when I was recording my videos and I kept talking about the Ouroboros and I was talking about the 50-50s, right? It was about that. It's about learning what you need to learn and putting it into practice. And 50-50 did, and the other 50 did not. Now, no. Because, and it's funny because just because I explain it this way, please don't believe that this is my final resolution of what it is that I think this all is. I stop where it is that I feel inclined to stop. It doesn't mean that that's where I stop or anything like that. It's just wherever this is going to be. This is flowgasmic. You know what I mean? So, like, it's just what it is. And I'm trying to keep it as short and sweet. And obviously, this is not working because this is the third video in, okay? So, right. So now, ta-da-da! Like, let's say, like if we were to give it a timetable and we were just gonna speak, and I'm gonna speak not factually with exact dates and correct names, so don't crucify me in that kind of way. I'm just trying to display and convey the essence of the passage that is presenting itself right now and today, right? So you have the 50-50 from last year that chose to be conscious, because they were conscious when they did it. This is why it hurts a little bit for those other 50 that didn't use the last opportunity that they were given to do themselves better for this time. Like, they didn't take that leap of faith. They didn't do the full part. They didn't leap off that cliff and believe that everything would work itself out eventually if they just dare to dream, believe, and all that kind of things. And then the other 50% that did and just honored and continued, and in their own evolution may have still continued to have to wait, because that's the faith, right? Like, to still feel that kind of way and take that kind of leap and not necessarily receive the reward or the abundance or the manifestation or the creation. They still have to deal with some kind of turbulence, debris of other kind of things influencing. Then we have this pandemic hit and the COVID and all this kind of shit, like, ruffling even more feathers in our environment during a time that those that previously took that leap of faith and went in another direction, another new way, where they were trusting in their faith and where it is that they are at that time, that this was, you can do what's right, and that's gonna masterfully align with just truth divine, and and you're just on a whole other kind of level of just divine connectivity and infusion, you see, because you're like, wow, like, grateful is me to see these things. And although challenging it might be, it is for us all. Awaken. I marinate, move, and create wonderfully for myself, even when it's not easy. And you walk that lonelier path, or the least likely of the others to choose, because it's easier to comply and be looked at as cool too, and like thinking you're secure in the conventional, traditional, hey, this has been proven to work kind of glamour illusion, because are you controller of time? Because time is infinite, has worked, granted. Doesn't mean it's always gonna work for everyone. Like, again, we can break that down into pieces and parts, and maybe that was not, it was a poor example, but either way. So, I'm gonna get lost in that kind of dynamic of explanation and all that kind of stuff. You either feel me or you don't. So, so now, karma's here, right? Justice is here, right? Judgment is here, right? Amongst many other nice energies of support into our galactic confederate system that is not controllable by man. Who has specific tasks, roles, rules that humans have learned to study, to be able to interpret and convey for whatever information they can gather upon the energies on full display that influence us in every kind of way, that have a mind of their own, and doesn't matter what we say, it's gonna do what it came to do anyway, like that kind of thing. So, like, let's say what happened last year. It was hard for that decision, that time, for the 100, right, to choose and do and have this opportunity to apply the things that they were learning at this time and take that leap of faith and go into the unknown, even though it wasn't secure for them. And they did it anyways. And they did what was right, right? Now that was like with the influence, like if we're gonna go with astrological weather, like let's say that was the influence of one planet being like retrograde, right? Just one. And the effects of that, you know, is not fun. People complain about one Mercury retrograde. What if you have like 5 retrogrades happening all at one time in different departments, sectors of your life, of your influence, of your external stimuli, all triggering all the things that have been brushed under or not addressed or not dealt with yet, all being called out by the energies of our universal wonder that has a mind of its own, has a role to play, and an energy to create and influence along the way, no matter what you have to say. And you're like, whoa, right? So now, let's bring forth the 50-50 from the last year. Now the 50-50, the 50 that did right, chose right, even though it was hard at that one time. You know how they talk about the ripple effects of life? It's like you reap what you sow 5 times more. From the human perspective of understanding, I'm just going simplistic with it. I'm not gonna go, you know, some people are like, or, yeah, okay, it's interesting. But I am also learning to better communicate and articulate my own challenges that typically I would just fall back from and not give it a go. Because that's not the kind of seeds I want to sow, that kind of suppression. Yeah, I have known. So instead of feeling stuck in whatever speech or thing that I want to say or write or whatever thing that I do that's just personal, I'm just going one-on-one with you. I now consciously make an effort to find whatever express is being addressed and triggered in me to dive in and extract, you see, for the wholeness vibration to me that I loved. So sweet. You know what I mean? Oh my, is this gonna be video number 4? Okay. Video number 4 is gonna have, because 2 cards fell out during this time, so it's all must-have prizes, trying to please everyone. Since this, even though I've been reading and just talking, babbling, intuitively and stuff like that, you know, because I don't need the cards to see. But I do want to share the message of these cards too, anyways, because I feel like they're gonna help in some kind of way. And the other one was the right way, learning to create what you desire. Exactly. You know what I mean? So these are my newer or my decks, and even though doing what is right because it's the right thing to do. Don't do what's easy, because that's the path that, if you really want to think about it, doesn't even serve you anymore. Clearly. Some part of you might feel blue, or incomplete, or sad, or disappointed, or challenged, or still bitter, or hurt by something beyond your control. Okay, video number 4. Tune in. Till we speak again. Thank you.